Today's video, we're getting into the winners and losers from the Lions defeating the Arizona Cardinals last night. We're going to get into 10 winners, the players who I think did good, and we got 5 losers for you folks, and that's going to be player or circumstances. But before we do that, there is a big game on Monday night. Next week, not tonight, but next week, and that's Lions hosting the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle is 3-0. Lions are 2-1. Lions are hosting them, and we need to get revenge in this game. Huge game in the NFC. And I'm going to be doing play-by-play commentary, live stream watch party. So subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out. Let's get into the winners and losers. First winner on my list is going to be Jared Goff. Jared Goff didn't have the perfect game. It's not like he was completely, flawless, but he did exactly what we needed him to do in this game. Jared Goff was 18 for 23 for 199 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a QBR of 113.6. And I think most importantly from his game was the final drive. And I'm always talking about this. He just got that clutch gene. It's not going to happen every time because no quarterback is perfect. But my God, when the big moments are on for Jared Goff, more than not, he always ices the game. The pass to Amon-Ra St. Brown to get the first down, and then obviously the bootleg, him running, get the first down with his legs. He has got the clutch gene in him, and that is something I think that he should get a little bit more respect for around the NFL. I get it. We do look at stats, and that is important, but I think there is a particular part of game of quarterbacks. Some quarterbacks win, and some quarterbacks don't. Jared Goff seems to be a guy who wins. So question for you, who is your biggest winner for Week 3? Let me know your thoughts in the comments right now. My number 2 biggest winner, and this is no particular order, by the way, so don't get upset if 1 or 2. It's just the list. There's no particular order. Aaron Glenn here, probably the biggest winner on my list. What he did with containing Kyler Murray is something that we haven't seen yet, I think, under his leadership at defensive coordinator. This is the first time I can really say that they really stopped the mobile quarterback. The first drive, we got 8 and up. Okay, it's going to happen when you got a quarterback like Kyler Murray. But what he did after that was absolutely stunning. I didn't expect them to completely shut Kyler Murray down. Kyler Murray didn't have 50 yards rushing. Amazing. It was not just about the rushing. It was also just forcing him to throw. They just would not allow him to run. They contained the edges, and I thought Aiden Hutchinson did a phenomenal job. Great work. Great work, Aaron Glenn. You're the biggest of all probably winners if I were to pick right now. It'd be him. Jack the Goat Fox. His punting ability, he was sending the Cardinals up at the 2-yard line, the 9-yard line, the 10-yard line. This was stunning to watch Jack the Goat Fox. We know how great he is. We know what he can do out there. He's amazing, but I didn't expect a game like this. Every single punt was great. And when you have a weapon like Jack the Goat Fox who can pin you back, it's okay to punt. We get upset when punt. But when you're having a defensive game that this was, field position was vital. Jack the Goat Fox is one of the reasons we won this game. Huge shout out to him. The defensive line, we're going to get back into it. They shut down their running game completely. And James Conner, who's a good running back, he was only 9 for 17. Total rushing yards for the whole team was 77, including Kyler Murray. Defensive line shut the run down completely, and that's with injuries too throughout this defense. Defensive line did great. Huge shout out to, again, Marcus Davenport and Aiden Hutchinson for containment. They contained. It was not all about the sacks in this game, and that's exactly what we needed. Of course, we did get a sack, but we contained. Massive victory right there. Next winner on my list here is Carlton Davis. Yes, Carlton Davis had a really good game. He just locked down inside. And now I say he did have one pass interference call, but that was it. He had 7 total tackles, 7 solo, 1 tackles for loss. He was just great. And what's good about Davis is he's a bigger guy, and that's something that we didn't have, I thought, last year. And when you have a guy of his size and he stays with the receiver the whole time, he doesn't get burnt, you're going to win your one-on-ones. And guess who we're facing next week, who we had issues with throughout the last couple years because of our cornerbacks being smaller, is DK Metcalf. Carlton Davis is a bigger guy. So this is going to be something that we get to watch throughout the season. But what he has done, in my opinion, is really, really locked and made this defense much better. His presence out there is phenomenal. Before we get to 6 through 10, who is your biggest winner for week 3? Put a name in the comments. Next winner here is David Montgomery. How can you not give this guy as a winner? David Montgomery, again, is just playing out of his mind this year. He is so physical. He had 23 carries for 105 yards, an average of 4.6, 1 touchdown. David Montgomery has just been such a pound the player this year. It's something that we haven't seen. Now, he is coming up for a contract extension. This is his second year. We gave him a 2-year deal. Maybe he wants to get a little bit of that money, not they pay him for sure, but he's done a phenomenal job so far this year, and he has just continued to move those legs. I don't want to get him too exhausted by the end of the year, but yeah, he's played great. The hook and ladder. You're right. I had to put this on here. I had to do it. That play was great by Ben Johnson. Oh my, I was stunned. I haven't seen him do that yet. That was an amazing play call. It's a highlight reel type of play, and it was fun, and it worked. I had to throw this on the list. Kerby Joseph, J-Curb, right there getting the interception. Kerby Joseph and Brian Branch could be one of the best safety combinations in the NFL right now. Kerby Joseph is taking his game up an absolute notch, and good for him. He had 3 total tackles, 1 solo, 2 pass defense. Kerby Joseph has been such a net positive for the Detroit Lions, and it's so good to see Kerby Joseph play so well. He was dealing with injury last year, and even though I thought he played all right last year, but it was just not as big as what we used to, and now he's doing the come-out party. Kerby Joseph, phenomenal player. Next winner on my list is Jahmyr Gibbs. Yes, Gibbs. I thought this was the best game he's so far played this year. He had 16 carries for 83 yards, an average of 5.2, long of 18. He's finally starting to get that rhythm going, and that's great because we need him to be that guy. We need him to really take his game to the next level. Even in receiving, he was part of the hook and ladder where he got the 20 yards for the touchdowns. That was a massive play, but huge shout out to him. And lastly, and absolutely not least, Lions fans, they showed out for the Arizona Cardinals game. The whole place looked like Lions fans. It was amazing to see. Lions fans traveled like crazy to Arizona. Oh, if this is the forecoming of this year, I am super stoked for away games because it felt like it was a home game. It was louder for the Cardinals on offense than it was for us. You guys are just absolutely just stunning. That was amazing to see. It was really, really cool. Let's get into the losers here because not everything is great. Biggest loser is injuries. My goodness, you had Laporta get an ankle sprain, in and out. Levan Uzurike, he gets hurt and comes back in. You have Brian Branch, who got a concussion. He's in concussion protocol. Derek Barnes out for a period of time. You have Alex Anzalone, who's already out, right? So having Derek Barnes go down, it hurts a little bit. This was tough, man. Lee McNeil going down as well. This was a tough game for the injuries. The Lions has got to figure something out, how to slow this down. It's just been a crazy year. A lot of injuries. So who is your biggest loser in this game? I think everybody's probably going to go with injuries. Maybe not. Maybe it'll be my number 2. And that is flags. Oh my goodness. I think we had 8 penalties in this game. We are undisciplined this year. It has got to slow down. The pass interference continued. This one was Carlton Davis. We had a couple false starts. Man, we got, roughing the passer. Jalen Reeves-Maybin did that. Joshua Pascal. We have got to stop the penalties. We need to get smarter. Next one here is Graham Glasgow. Graham Glasgow is having some issues right now, and I thought his pass protection was not good. I thought the left side, there was times where there was no holes. I even seen a play where he didn't even block any player at all. He didn't block the lineman. He literally was looking. The lineman walked basically right past him, and that's where Goff got sacked. It was a really bad play. If this continues, I think we're going to be I think they need to consider, if he doesn't get better, I'm really excited for Christian Mahogany when he comes off the NFI list. We drafted him, and he's in my opinion, he was a late second-round pick, third-round talent. He's still on the NFI list, but if this continues, they have to consider potentially going to him when he is back. Joshua Pascal, he played minimal. A handful of snaps that you can count on your hand. And then he gets a penalty. When you're not getting that many snaps, that's not a good look for Josh Pascal. That was one of the players we were looking for this year. He hasn't done a whole lot. He didn't play much in this game. The second half offense was butt cheeks. It was cheeks all around. I know we were doing a time of possession, but we got to score in the second half, and we got to score some points. We scored 20 points in the first half, 0 in the second. We got to get better right there. Subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. With that said, folks, adios.